which one is more excited for you? To be a musician or to be a show presenter?
Well, I suppose the thing is that I engage in music in lots of different ways. You know, when I'm on the show, I'm listening to the music and seeing the music. It's very interesting when you see somebody playing. You get more of them. You understand more what they're about. So I'm watching music. I'm listening to music. I'm learning the music to be on the show and playing on the show. And then I'm playing live in concerts. I'm playing when I'm writing music. I'm playing in the studio when we're recording music. So for me, really, it's all the same thing. You're just plugging in to the thing that is music. And the more you plug in, the more you're able to plug in. And actually, the slightly more mysterious it becomes. Yeah. The more you think you know, the less you know. So that's the great thing about music. That's why it is one of the it is the greatest art form. It goes on forever. You could never figure it out. But I think I like playing music. I like playing music on the show. I don't mind talking, but I find that playing is easier than talking. I'd rather be asked a question than have to ask one. Yeah. What you're doing is harder than what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. And I felt that too. Don't worry about it. I prefer to play guitar instead of speaking.
Because you're feeling rather than thinking. Yeah. Feeling is better than thinking a lot of the time, as long as you have the right feelings.
Can you tell us about your 24 hours? How you live? Did you sleep well? Did you wake up early?
Well, thank you so much for asking. A lot of people don't bother about that. Well, I didn't sleep badly at all, actually. Yes, last night I slept quite well. I was out of London and I was in the country, and I had a rather nice walks. It's a bit wintry. But no, I did sleep quite well, and I read my book. I had a nice relaxing day, had some friends round, and yes, I did, thanks very much. Played the piano a little bit. You know, that's the thing, you've got to plug into it. You never know what's going to come out. Have a little conversation. Every day, actually, you have to have a sort of a battle with the piano. It's sort of a battle with the piano. People think, oh, he's just having a gentle play of the piano, but it's a fight. Sometimes the piano wins, sometimes I win. I give it a go.
It's a good result, you know. Sometimes piano wins.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you just never know what's going to happen. You know, you attack it, and you never know. You never know what's going to come out, or it might be sort of something.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful thing.
It's the king of instruments, the piano as well. It's a piece of furniture. It's a friend in the corner of the living room. It's an orchestra, and these are the members of the orchestra. You know, it's laid out in front of you, so you can see.
Members of the orchestra.
So you can see how it works.
Great.
You know.
I didn't think about that. Member of the orchestra. It's
you
good.
Don't need a band if you've got.
Yeah, it's a good concept, you know. How many concerts do you give in a year?
We probably do, with my big band, maybe 60, 70 concerts a year, something like that.
60, 70?
Yeah, something like that.
It's quite good.
Yeah, maybe a bit more actually, but that sort of thing.
You always work with the big band?
Yeah, once in a while we do two smaller things with just a piano, but it's mostly with the big band, also, which has a big power to it.
Also, when you go on TV, you bring your big band orchestra, rhythm and blues orchestra?
Not always, sometimes. We have a big show on New Year's Eve we do in England called the Hootenanny, and they're on that. And sometimes, but on my TV show, sometimes it's just the piano.
Yeah, I know.
And sometimes piano and drums. Depends what the person needs, because sometimes people come through and they don't. People are coming, you know, into the country and they don't have a band or anything, but they want to do a song, so it kind of works out.
What do you think about the new technology?
Well, I think there's a lot of new technology in the middle of it. The technology that hasn't changed, actually, is the loudspeakers. You still need sort of physical thing. The microphones, they're the same, that hasn't changed. And also the most important technology, which is this. That hasn't really changed. What has changed is the way people buy it, and the way people record it. We used to have great big tapes, you know. Now it's all done without tape. People used to buy records. I still do. Some people still buy records, but people buy it in a different way. I think it means that it's almost like it's gone back now. You know, when they first learned how to record music, you know, 100 years ago, more than 100 years, maybe 110 years ago now, right? whatever. But when they first learned that, it changed everything, because before that, the only music that was recorded was the stuff that was written down, which had often been done for the courts or for the church or whatever, right? Now, all those people who were like kind of either the Beatles or John Lee Hooker or whoever they were in the different centuries for hundreds of years, there's always been somebody who could, you know, a fisherman in Bodrum, you know, will have had a great singer 600 years ago. But nobody ever knew what he sounded like. And you couldn't really write down what a folk musician or a, you know, like, or the popular person who would do the theatres would sound like. Now everything changes. So that moment, like when they invented recording music, suddenly the music, all the classical music, which had been written down, people love it, and that's great music, don't get me wrong, it's great music. But instead, the folk music, it was the fisherman from Bodrum, it was the guy out of the little back streets of New Orleans or the back streets of Liverpool that becomes the world famous. And at that point, he has one song. And so, so in those old days, you had one song, and that was what people knew you for, one or two songs. And then it wasn't until the 1930s or 40s that people made albums of work, a body of work. And that was a big thing. But now it's kind of gone back to the thing of somebody, they'll download one song. They're less likely to listen to your whole album. So I think we've gone back a little way. But I think that, you know, it's good and it's bad. It's good because, you know, recording studios like this are quite rare. There used to be a lot of studios, but people can, on their phone, they've got the technology that used to have having huge boxes of stuff, you know. So, you know, there are good bits and bad bits to it. But the key to it is the people. It's the people and the way they play, you know. And you capture that, and that's the thing, you know.
First, you start with the human being itself, because sometimes the technology is not enough to make music.
No, it's not.
If you have nothing here, you know.
No, the technology is just there to record what you've got. And if does it sound better? You know, I hear some very old recordings that sound better than new recordings to me. And sometimes you hear a new recording, you think, hey, that sounds great. So it's whatever, you know.
Right. You play all over the world. How do you set the song list? Is it a fixed list, or you change depending on the audience?
There's one or two. I think it's more depending on. It can be not so much the audience, but the place. So if it's, or if it's somewhere where it's cold, and the audience are like kind of outside, you want to play stuff to kind of get them. You want to get them moving, you know. Where if it's a really hot, sunny afternoon, it's like you can relax a bit. There's not so much pressure, you know. So I think that makes a difference. Depends what the room. If it's a very big, echoey room, you don't want to. You want to play to that. So I think you play to the room, really. That's what I think the key to it is. That's interesting. You know. But you've got to love the people and try and get there and engage with them, you know, wherever you are. But people, largely, if they've come, they listen and it all becomes it. Everything works all right, mostly, I hope.
You have a concert in Istanbul, 7th of July.
Yes, at the festival there, yeah.
What you can say for the Turkish audience?
Well, I'm looking forward. I've come on a few times on holiday to Turkey, but never played there. So I'm really looking forward to it more than anything. I love Turkey. I have a marvellous time there. I love it's just a very nice place to be. I love the people, like the food, some fantastic buildings for me to sketch and measure. So I'm really looking forward to playing, and it's most likely that the weather will be good. That's another good thing.
But I think that the weather will be good because this month is a sunny month.
Yeah. Exactly, and so we'll play. So we've got a whole big band. We've got ska music, we've got boogie music, we've got a big band music. And if you haven't seen a big band, it's quite a thing. It's like a very dynamic thing. We've got Ruby Turner singing with us. We've got Louise Marshall. We've got singers. I do bits. There's a lot to see. There's a lot. It moves very quickly. There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of life and love in it. That's the thing, you know.
Okay, then me and all the Turkish citizens wait with impatience your concert.
Well, thanks very much.
And I thank you for this appointment.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for coming, and I'm pleased we've sat underneath the pyramid where the vibrations are good.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
See you soon
in
Istanbul.
Let's play something.
Okay.
Knocking on your window, I'm knocking on your door. Well, good last night, now I'm ready for more. shaking up there.